Yeah.
Yeah.
Good weather. Recording.
I got home like, I stayed like 50 minutes late, so I get home at like 4. I was like, well, I'm gonna log back in and I'm gonna start working on this because I want to finish it.
Time flies.
Yeah.
Rusty, hey, it's Steve Offler calling. We have a public hearing tonight and we do not have a quorum. And it's already 6 p.m. And we were wondering if you were available. So, you can return this call if you get it and let me know, or zip down here ideally. Thanks a lot. See you, Rusty. Bye. That doesn't seem like that's gonna work too well. You'll get that message like tomorrow. So, Bob hasn't been showing up lately. I'm not sure if he hasn't been feeling well or if he's really not keeping up with, we're mostly communicating via email.
Yeah.
We used to get stuff in the mail back in the day, and I guess we're saving postage now, presumably, yes. But I'm not completely sure he's really good with keeping up with his email. Don't know what's up with that. We can try Betsy and see if she's available. Before I do this, are you tuned up on what happens when there's no quorum? And
You get me?
I literally just cannot, period, end of
I mean,
story.
you can have a discussion, but you can't make any action or do anything.
So, we can't open the public hearing or anything, but see, the thing is, we got a clock ticking on this public hearing.
I'd have to grant you an extension to open the public hearing.
You might have to, I'd have to look at a calendar. We actually have a full 65 days from the receipt of, the formal receipt of the application.
I think you had 35 to open it.
We have 65 to open it.
Oh, 65.
We have
to open it.
35 to make a decision. And then, oh, wait a minute. Yes, no, yes. yes.
35 to open it, and then you've got 35 days to run the public hearing, up to 65 days of extensions.
We definitely have
Once
65 days
you
of
open it,
extension.
once you open it, and then once you close the public hearing, you have up to 65 days to make a decision.
Well, fact of the matter is, yeah, you're not wrong as far as if there's any extensions required, you do have
Right.
the flexibility to grant them. That's your.
Sure,
But
absolutely.
it's at your decision.
I mean,
It's not ours.
what's the alternative? Sorry, you're denying, you know?
Yeah,
So-
no. We can. Betsy. We'll try. Hi, Betsy. This is Steve Offler calling. It's Tuesday night, the 25th, and we have a 6 p.m. public hearing. I wouldn't bother you, but we don't have a quorum here, and I was hoping I could get a hold of one more committee member here. Oh, hi. Oh. Oh, good news. Oh, thank you so much. See you in a bit. Bye-bye. Betsy's on her way. Actually, she thought the time was 6:30, not 6 o'clock. All right then. So, I apologize for the delay here, but fortunately she's close. And ideally, this isn't gonna take all night to hash this out. So again, despite a little bit of a delay, it shouldn't be too bad.
So just on a different note, since we're just sitting here, on the Inland Wetlands Commission, it doesn't go by how many members you have, it's how many members on the board. So you still have to have 4 people for a quorum, regardless how many members there are active.
Okay. I was told different by Suzanne, so.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, it's state statute, you can check, you can look it up in there.
Okay.
But that's how it goes by the number, like tonight, like we have
Great.
so many,
Well, this is something
members,
she
but
knows.
there's a couple that are vacant seats, but we still have to have 4 people here to have a quorum.
Even though there's vacant people.
Yeah,
Okay.
The definition of a quorum varies a little bit. I don't know if ours is different than the others, or there's a few differences.
there's a couple
Ours
that are,
is 4, period. It's nice and clean and
Yeah.
simple. I just remember there's
Most
a
of
couple
them
that are
are-
little,
most of them are 2/3.
that's maybe what I'm thinking of,
Yeah.
2/3, yeah.
That's
But,
the majority.
but we don't have 2/3. PBA, 4,
Right, but
period.
it's 2/3 of the number of members, not active members. So if you have a board of 7, but you have 3 vacancies, you still have to have 4 for quorum.
The proper number of members versus the actual number is what you're saying. Well, yeah, that, of course, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
you
that's
got
what we
2/3
were-
of 7.
because we have an inland wetlands meeting tomorrow night, and we're in a situation where there's not many members.
It's
We
Thursday
have-
night, sorry,
I'm sorry,
Thursday night. not-
yeah, I have a meeting every night. this
Yeah,
week.
Board of Finance is tomorrow night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so Thursday night, but we've had several meetings where we've met and have not had a quorum, so we're
Mhm.
trying to make sure we have one before.
Yeah. Yeah, we're a little bit, we have 1 vacancy right now. I haven't really talked to Link about, any scheme to get it filled, but, and Christine did resign.
Yeah, and we have a alternate vacancy too.
What's that?
She did resign.
She told me verbally she planned to resign. I kind of never followed up with her to see if she actually sent the letter to Link or not.
Yeah.
I kind of think she did.
I think she resigned from everything that.
Yeah, 'cause she was on Ag
It was kind
Commission.
of the group.
Yeah, Ag Commission, and was she on anything else? Economic Development? Maybe.
So,
She was on a few, and yeah, she did tell me that she was, just taking a step back, focusing on other stuff. She's an artist. She was telling me some artist things that she was planning to do. But yeah, so we actually have a vacancy, and like I said, I really haven't done anything myself with regard to getting it filled, which basically boils down to talking to Link, and get the word out.
Actually, won't be at the board of finance meeting tomorrow. Did you guys find someone to fill in?
I don't know what we're doing yet.
Am I supposed to know you?
Ashley?
You're Ashley. Okay, hi Ashley, I'm Steve. Yep, I suddenly had this vibe, the way you two were communicating, like, you must, yeah, okay, so, hi. Yep, we communicated by email.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, all right, then, so we'll be good to go pretty soon. We are recording right now,
Oh, yeah,
so we need to watch what we say.
I can pause it, but
No, that's fine.
there's nobody on there.
We're not gonna launch into any personal discussions of.
I just don't wanna stop it, because if someone does try to get in, they'll think that it's
Sure.
not.
No, we're good, we'll just sit relatively quietly, that's all good. We go a little bit slowly. Once we hear the door, it's still gonna be another minute or two. Well, I think generally speaking, what we would do, you are currently an alternate, Rob. I believe what we would do is we would bump you up. You or Betsy. She's actually, she has greater tenure than you, but she also may prefer to remain an alternate. Maybe we'd have a discussion.
Whatever she would decide, that's.
Well, you would bump them both up.
We potentially could bump them both up. If let's see, we have me, Rusty.
Because you have Rusty,
Bob.
Absent, and Christine's vacant spot.
Me, Rusty, Bob, and Derek's regular. We have four regular members right now.
But not here, Rusty's not here.
Oh, no, I'm just talking about the grand scheme of things.
Tonight,
No,
I'm sorry.
no, you were talking
Mind
about,
my
no,
business over here.
no worries, no worries. No,
I thought you meant about
I'm just,
open them tonight.
I'm just wondering to myself about the fact that we actually have a vacancy
Yeah.
with Christine's
Correct.
departure.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So let's see, what's tomorrow's the 26th. Yeah, we do have four, although Bob Lassen's status, I guess we need to check. Yeah, I haven't seen him lately. Down a bit.
And you're right, he may not be as good as, side of it.
I'm pretty sure it was here. Yeah.
Have a good night.
Time is to go. Definitely, because I'm back, my head, it's definitely 65 to open, 35 to close, 65 to make the decision. Those are there are three fundamental periods, definitely 65, 35, 65.
Okay.
You take my word for that.
And I can issue up to 65 days.
That is correct, and it can be divided up into any of those three periods.
Right,
To a maximum sum of 65.
correct.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome. Hey, Rusty. All right, we got everybody. Did you think it was 6:30? You did, okay.
We'll go there.
Yeah, I left you a message.
Yeah, I just got
You got it. I managed to catch Betsy, but thank you both very much for expediting
Yeah.
your arrival. Appreciate it. Sorry about that. That's, it's all good. It's not that bad. It's
I
only
thought it was
16 minutes.
still this morning. And then I got your question. Because I forgot.
Gonna call this public hearing to order. The date is Tuesday, March 25th, 2025. The time is about 6:18 PM. I'm gonna read the legal notice for the record. The Sterling Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, March 25th, 2025 in room 15 at the Sterling Town Hall, 1183 Plainfield Pike, Onico, Connecticut, beginning at 6 PM. To hear written and or verbal comments on the following. ZBA application number, ZBA 25-001 by John Brisson for a variance from section 6.01 of the Sterling zoning regulations of well setbacks, reduced to 27 feet for property located at 65 Deerfield Drive, Onico, Connecticut. And the lot designation is 3832/29/90. A copy of the application is available for review at the Sterling Town Hall during business hours. And with that, I will turn the floor over to Mr. Tebow, who will show us a bigger picture than we saw last month.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the commission. For the record, my name is Norm Tebow. I'm a licensed professional engineer and a partner at Killingly Engineering Associates. What we have is a 1.5 acre property located at 65 Deerfield Drive. It's just as you come over the bridge, it's the first property on your right. There's a small ranch house on the left-hand side there.
Can I just interrupt 1 second? So we skipped part of our agenda?
We're not on the agenda. The agenda
Oh, I'm
is,
sorry.
the agenda is for the meeting.
Yep.
The meeting immediately follows
The
the
meeting,
public hearing.
I'm sorry, yep.
No worries, no worries.
I was in another thought. All right.
Keep me honest with the procedure, please do, please do. Yes.
So it's kind of an oddly shaped lot, in that you've got this sort of peninsula that comes out here, you're surrounded by the Moosup River. It kind of wraps its way around the property itself. And a good portion of the property is also located, within the 100-year flood. This heavy, dotted, line here is the actual flood limit. And anything, on that side of it, on the river side of it is within the flood. The only real buildable area that we have on the property is this small area here, which is just slightly less than a half an acre. Fortunately, the soils are very good out here. They're nice and gravelly. We did do test holes out here, and the septic system designed for a 2-bedroom home has been approved by the Northeast District Department of Health. We're just showing a very modest 26 by 28 2-bedroom home here. It will be a slab on grade. There is currently a wood framed house that is located within the floodplain there, and it's sort of an ongoing issue with the Wetlands Commission that if the commission did decide to approve this application, we could move forward with the wetlands application. And as part of getting an approval with the Wetlands Commission, this structure here would be removed, which would kind of erase all of that, the issues that he's currently having with the Wetlands Commission. We are showing the proposed well, kind of centrally located on the property. And, it is, 27 feet, from the property line, which is, essentially, the edge of the Moosup River here. The regulations, section 6.01, require that, you have 75 feet to the property line, your regulations. And unfortunately, we cannot meet that. I might say that we do meet the health code regulations because the only 75-foot separation that's required by health code is that you're 75 from the septic system. They really don't have any kind of separations from the property lines. So, that being said, that's
So
really
the
kind of,
larger circle would be the 75 feet presumably?
that's the
Right.
75-foot here, yep, and this smaller circle is 25.
20, okay.
Yeah.
And so the 75 feet basically just brings you out into the Moosup River.
It does.
Basically to the other bank.
Yeah, and actually it brings on both sides too, it brings you,
Mhm.
you know, and in order, there really isn't any place where we could get that compliant well radius except possibly down here, but that's in the floodplain.
Right.
You know, you still don't want to throw a well in the floodplain.
The concern is, there is no real concern here, but we've seen this situation before where basically what happens is your 75-foot circle encroaches on another individual's property, which theoretically would limit that individual's well placement.
Correct.
We don't have that situation here though, do we?
No, we do not, because
The
it's
river's in the
essentially,
river.
the 75 feet is in the river.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
we're not going to be prohibiting anyone else from developing the property. There are a couple of smaller undeveloped lots, on the northern side of the river here. In fact, somebody just contacted me recently about developing one of them, and it is almost entirely within the flood, so,
Mhm.
that's really a no-go. And the property that we have here is already developed, that is, John and Lou McGarrett, that live here, and he's got his, metal building. There's a drill well, and this is his existing septic system that's over here too, so.
It's all, the Department of Health has already reviewed all of this.
Yeah, that septic system's in, that well's in, so.
Mhm.
And, that's, really kind of it in a nutshell. We don't, we're just seeking some relief, from that 75-foot well radius.
We always have to, couch our terminology within hardship situation, which you've been through that before.
Right, yeah, so the hardship, first of all, it's a pre-existing lot of record. So, it doesn't meet the current zoning regulations, which require at least 2 acres, so we don't meet that. We also have, in a very unusually shaped lot here, in that it's this sort of like elongated, almost X-shaped lot. It's really narrow, we're surrounded by the river on both sides, so it's a very unique lot in that regard. Just the shape of it, even though it's an 1.5 acre lot, which would seem to be more than adequate to put in a compliant house well and septic. Like I said, due to the fact that a good portion of this is in the floodplain. And I might note, a good portion of this is recently in the floodplain too, because the new flood maps came out in early 2024. And as a result of the new flood maps, a good portion of this property that wasn't previously in the flood is now in the flood as well.
Interesting. So you've got a unique situation based upon the shape of the lot, and also you've got new limitations imposed on you by a new flood map.
Absolutely.
We gotta look for the uniqueness in order to phrase correctly.
Sure.
Should we make that decision? We're not quite there yet.
Right. Absolutely.
All right, so I understand what's going on. Does anybody have any questions for the
I just want to know, where's the septic system going to be in relation to the well?
right here.
Oh, okay, okay,
And,
all right.
you have a small.
Yeah, I
You
know.
don't see it, you can't really see it.
Yeah, that's why I asked you.
Yeah.
Right.
And, we had a, what's called an Elgin Mantis, system. It's, different from the stone trench systems where, it's sort of a prefabricated system. They come in these 5-foot sections. They kind of click together like Legos. And they look like, I always just try to describe them as like, they look like baseboard radiators. There's a pipe in the middle of them. Then you got a bunch of fins. And then you put these in and then you fill in between the fins with sand. A wash sand. It's a coarser, kind of sand. It wouldn't be like a beach sand. It's something that's a little coarser. Washed, there are very, little fines in it. And these small areas actually create a lot of surface area in order for the septic effluent to, for all the critters and bugs to,
Mhm.
reduce the nitrogen and phosphorus content before discharging it into the ground.
It's interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, and unlike, your typical stone trench, you get 3 square feet of effective leaching area per linear foot. This type of system gets 11.
Really?
Yeah, so it's about, you get about 4 times the effect,
Almost 4
4 times the effective leaching area per linear foot.
That's remarkable. Wow.
And they were originally developed, for the coastal areas. You've got a lot of smaller, people that buy these little cottages and break, smash them down and build 7-bedroom mansions on these little lots.
Mhm.
So these types of systems were developed in order to be able to, build those types of homes.
That's really interesting. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. I see everybody, all right, we don't have anyone else here in the room unless Ashley wants to say anything.
I'm all set.
I
I
get
just
it.
wanted to make sure Zoom was gonna
I
work.
get it. Normally, I mean, with a very formal one of these public hearings, we potentially have people in the audience who may want to make some commentary. We have none of that, keeps things extremely simple here, so we'll just go ahead and close this public hearing. Can I hear a motion? Motion and second, all approve, motion to approve.
Yeah.
Any opposed? All right, so the public hearing is hereby closed and we roll immediately into our special meeting. Now we're on. All right, so, I hereby close meeting to order Tuesday, March 25, 2025. It is now 6:40 PM. I'm gonna stand for the pledge of allegiance, please. To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so seating of the alternates, what we have, just going over this. So what we have is we have myself and Rusty and Derek are regular members. We have Rob and Betsy, both alternates. We'll seat both of them. Let's seat Bob Lassen.
Keep it easy.
And Betsy for, well, not really Christine, Betsy for our vacancy, I guess, is that the appropriate way to do that? Okay. Okay. That takes care of item number 3, seat alternates. So now what we have is item number 4, it's really the only agenda item, application number ZBA 25-001. Let's discuss the public hearing. Anybody?
This, I don't know, it seems kind of straightforward, really.
Yeah, you covered it very well. There's no,
We have our hardship.
We have a decent, we're gonna have to work on the wording a little bit of
Right.
hardship. That's probably the most
I think
difficult
there is
part
a
of the whole
couple
thing
more.
is getting those words concisely put together. But beyond that, we seem all in agreement that there's no reason not to approve this variance.
Right.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is let's work on the wording. Need like a model variance approval to work from. I think what we're saying here is, the board approves the variance.
Due to. The uniqueness of
Just the shape of the lot or?
Yes.
in the river encroaching.
Yes, that's, yeah, I know, you need some work, we're working on it, but we're working on it, we're making progress. The hardship would be, the unique shape of the lot being surrounded by the Moosip River on 3
Yeah,
sides.
basically 3 sides.
Basically fair to say. And recent changes to the floodplain map have further reduced the buildable area on the lot. Does that sound like something you could make into a coherent sentence?
Sure.
That's what we rely on you for, Melissa.
I think that's pretty.
Pretty coherent?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So can we have a motion to approve that variance, wording?
I make a motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
And we're done here. You've got your variance.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your time and for holding the special meeting. I appreciate it.
No worries. So,
Thank you.
it's gonna try to keep things
Yeah.
moving. All right, so, that's basically it, folks. Is there a motion to adjourn and
Yeah, make a motion to adjourn.
adjourn?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, that was probably the most cut and dried one.
Yeah.
That one didn't really have.
Well, yeah,
Since
it's
you
so
need-
straightforward.
Yeah, they usually have some twists. That one had very few, nothing but twists. Okay,
This looks
well, sorry to drag you guys down here on short notice.
sorry.
I don't usually I do, unless that's new.